Hello, my name is Marcin, and these are my colleagues, Piotr and Grzegorz. So we'd like to talk a little bit about what we do here. So I'm a software developer, and I'm in the Bamboo team. So we are developing a continuous integration product. So short introduction, continuous integration is a tool to build and test your software. It's quite difficult to explain it to somebody from outside of IT circle. So this is where we are located. This is where the core muscle of the development team is. So a little bit about the team. So the ownership of the product is in Gdańsk, which is really awesome. So we have developers, front-end, back-end developers. We have QA engineers. We have designers and the management here. So which is great, which makes it really awesome to work on the product. What else can I say? We develop Bamboo in an agile approach. So we have iterations, we make releases, we use an adaptive way. I think that's the thing I wanted to say. So I'll pass now a microphone to my colleague to tell you a little bit about his team.
My name is Grzegorz, and I'm working as a team lead in product notifications team. We are trying to solve some problem which is about upgrades and renewals of Atlassian products. So this is a cross-product team. We need to have some knowledge about all Atlassian server products, including Bamboo. We are using various tools, many languages. We have a lot of data that we are working on, analytics data, but not only. And that's it. Our room is just there. It's empty now, but that's it.
So do you have any questions about either of those teams or the product? Bamboo. Yes.
I would like to ask you how many people are in your team?
Maybe Piotr can answer this.
I mean, as you see here at the desk, it's 16, 18 or something like that. On the Grzegorz team.
My team is 6 people in Gdańsk, 5 in Sydney, and 3 in San Francisco. But here is the technical part of this team.
Yeah, I think the same applies to us, that we have other team members located around the world in different locations. I'd say this is the core muscle of development here.
Are in that team people have their team roles, or all of them are developers? What kind of methodology you have? Is somebody doing what he needs to do now, or what he would like to do? Or I would like to hear what are you solving the problem?
Yep, sure. So, like I said, our roles as front-end developers and back-end developers, I think that's the limitation. Of course, people have their expertise, so they know better. Let's say somebody knows more about the Hibernate and relational databases, and somebody knows more about some other technology stack. So we split the work, but there is no assignment of tasks, so it's not like we tell everybody what to do. We try to plan the work for the entire team. I think this is kind of like a Scrum approach when the development team is not only developers but the entire gathering, and we try to split it then, according to who can do what. Would you?
What I really find exciting in Atlassian in Spartez as well is actually we really kind of give the freedom to every team to kind of find out the way to be more efficient, to kind of work the way that it works for them. So this is why we don't have a rules that actually in every team we have to follow these particular principles. In our teams, again, we obviously aim to kind of grow the full stack skills across all the engineers, for instance. So ideally, we prefer kind of the backend developers who still are not afraid of touching JavaScript and vice versa. But again, as Marcin explained, there are some kind of areas of expertise. Everybody is stronger in some areas and probably weaker in others. again, it's actually this kind of the diversity, actually, these differences makes actually us operate better if we can leverage that. Any more questions? So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. So if you don't have any questions now, let's move to the other team. And now we'll visit SPG, which is Spartez product group. And their main focus is to develop Atlassian JIRA plugin and add-ons. So now let's move to the other room, please.
So, hey, I am Mateusz, product owner of amongst many products made by Spartez and branded with our own brand. More about products you will learn on Katarzyna's presentation at 7:30. I will just give you a brief overview of what we do here. So, we create products in 3 ecosystems. Namely, it's Atlassian ecosystem. We create JIRA add-ons. We create also add-ons for Visual Studio Team Services from Microsoft. And recently, we have just released a power-up for Trello. So as we have that many different ecosystems, our add-ons also vary in technical details, technologies below the mask. So, namely, when it comes to TFS for JIRA, for example, we use C#, based on ASP.NET, and all of this runs on IIS. Going further, for example, Agile Cards is written in Java. On frontend, we use Backbone, but our newer products use also Angular, and recently we have started working also with Vue.js 2.0, and our brand new Agile cards for Trello are created with React.js. So this is it when it comes to technical part, but it's not all we do here. We also support our customers. We have close relationships with them. We call them when it's needed on Skype, for example. But it's not required if developer don't want to talk with customer directly. He's not forced to, but he can. So if you want to have close relationships with customers, this is a good place to be for you. And we also attend several events outside. For example, this year we have been in Barcelona, we have been in San Jose. I think next week Jacek is going to Israel to represent Spartez. So this is all we do. We do product ownership. We have to craft product vision. We have to do marketing things. Of course, we have to develop the products. All of this is done here and in the other room out there. So. This is from my perspective. Now Jacek will explain how it looks from marketing perspective.
Yeah, that's right. I'm Jacek, product marketing manager in the marketing department. And our job is simple, is to tell the story about Spartez and Spartez product to as much people and clients as possible. And the story is that as Spartez, we would like to bring agile teams together. That's what our apps are about. So our clients are mostly from the countries like United States, Australia, UK, and Germany. And the tools that we use to tell the story is mostly digital campaigns, working with product managers to improve the products and the customers to gather the feedback about them, and conducting and being a part of some larger events, like Mateusz said, in Barcelona, United States, and many, many others, like Atlassian user groups that are in many, many countries. So our team is mostly Kasia, our chief, Maria, the graphic designer that sits there. So the shirts and all the cool stuff that you see, the website and so on, is just made by her. We have Magda that usually sits here, Anita, and Adrian. So the team is not that big, but very energetic, very positive, and like to do some many amazing things. So that's what we do. We tell the story about Spartez, and you will hear more about it when Kasia have her few minutes about it. Not that much, but you will see some products and stuff that we do on a daily basis. Thanks a lot. Any questions? Yeah, that's right. No questions? So we will have a chance for questions having a beer in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Okay, so if you don't have any questions here, now we'll move to JIRA project room. This is pretty much the biggest one in our office. And we will meet there 6 people who will tell you, who will represent different teams and different functions in JIRA server, okay?
So, hello everyone, I'm Marcin Kempa and I'm team lead of the Crowd team. And the Crowd team is responsible, as the name says, about the Crowd product. Probably not all of you heard about this product. It's not that well known as JIRA or Bamboo or Bitbucket. So Crowd is our identity manager. It serves purpose of managing users for many applications, Atlassian applications, and also it allows us to build a single sign-on experience for customers. Crowd team, when it comes to Crowd team, this is not exactly at the size of JIRA team, because there are many JIRA teams. We do have only one Crowd team, which is located here in Gdańsk. This actually gives us some freedom, some opportunities, because there are a number of roles we need to fill in, and that allows us to work directly with customers. This allows us to think about the future, about what our roadmap should be. We are all members of my team are actually in this whole process. When it comes to the freedom, we also have freedom to choose libraries, technologies that we use inside Crowd. And at the moment, we use Hibernate and not that bleeding edge web technology, which is Struts. However, as I said, whenever we feel that some kind of tool technology is suitable for Crowd, or it will serve a better purpose for our customers, we choose that and use it. So I think that will be it. We do have open positions. We work on very exciting projects inside Crowd. So just to name a few, recently we work on clustering projects. So we released Crowd Data Center, which is about active cluster working on a customer side. So that's it from Crowd. If you have any further questions for me, just feel free to ask me about it, and I'll be happy to answer that. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Do you have any questions to Marcin? Okay, no questions. So now the microphone goes to Michał Dyra.
Hi, my name is Michael, but majority of people just call me Fox because we have way too many Michaels here in the company. And yes, that's my official name in here in the company. I am the senior front-end developer of the Monsters team. The Monsters team is a team, one of the JIRA server teams that heavily focuses on end users and end users experience. Because of that, we have the majority of our team is actually front-end developers, from junior to seniors to principals, etc. Mostly because JIRA, as a very old and very huge beast, incorporates any kind of front-end technology you can imagine from the very beginnings of the web. So tackling all that is very heavy. Because of that, we also work on multiple features at the same time, or multiple streams at the same time. So the team has to be very independent, very self-oriented, let's call it like that. And therefore, every single developer actually has to take care of multiple roles, not only being a developer, but also being a little bit a product manager and a little bit somebody that actually creates the shape of the end product that we produce in here. Because of that, we need people with multiple skill sets, somebody that thinks outside of a box and thinks not only I have to do this and that, but also thinks about the end user, also thinks about the impact on the servers and how we impact all the other teams like the Pirates, which you're gonna hear about within like a minute or two. I don't want to take you too much into the details. If you have any questions about like how the front-end architecture looks like in JIRA or anything at all when it comes to the user-facing features in JIRA, please feel free to come over to me later and ask me any kind of questions. Thank you.
Perhaps do you have any questions to Michał right now? Okay, no questions. Okay. So now the microphone goes to Jakub Łaziński, who is our product manager.
Hey guys, my name is Jakub and I'm a product manager for JIRA server. I work directly with Monsters team. There is a few of us working directly with different teams. Few of us meaning product managers working here in Gdańsk with other JIRA teams. So we are part of a bigger organization, like the product management organization, where most of the product managers are based in Sydney or in San Francisco. And we are all working on all server products. JIRA is only one of them, although it's the biggest one. What we do in product management is, I could spend an hour talking about that, but I will try to squeeze it into some shorter talk. So we start with figuring out what's the vision and strategy for this product, and we try to think about it really ahead of time. So we create strategy for a year. So we will start working on the FY19 strategy within 3 weeks. So we meet with all the other PMs and we create the strategy for the whole server organization and all server products. When it goes down to, when we go a bit lower, it's me and other JIRA teams. We create a roadmap that matches this strategy of the server organization, and then we come back to our teams and work with the teams and the team triads, which is, the team triad consists basically of a product manager, team lead, and a UX/design person. And we work with the triads first to create a roadmap, and then we discuss this with the engineering teams, and we get their feedback and their ideas, and incorporate into the roadmap. And when it goes down to building features themselves, as I said, we work directly with the engineering teams, and I think this is pretty unique concept here, that we don't really have software engineering teams. We have product engineering teams, and the real difference is that every single engineer in our team is basically really concentrated on customer needs. They are not focused on writing few lines of code. They are really solving customer problems. They take part in customer interviews. They meet with customers. We have a concept of a dev lead that is a person responsible for a project, and they are really a team lead for that specific project, which gives a lot of freedom and also responsibility, and how they are building and what they are delivering to customers. So maybe I will stop here. So if you have any questions, let me know.
So now the microphone goes to Ilya.
Sorry. Hi there, I am the representative of Pirates team. So Jakub told a lot about identifying problems of customers. So in Pirates team, we are concentrating on problems of big customers caused by usually amount of data which they have in their JIRAs. Our problems are generally hard, and it usually takes a lot of time and couple of whiteboards to explain what's wrong, but the tasks are really interesting. So if you want to help a lot of people by fixing one issue, it's about us. Yeah. And by the way, we are hiring. So yeah. As I told, it would take a lot of time to explain. So so probably it would be better to talk in person. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And the next speaker is...
And the microphone goes to Michał Orzechowski, who is a team lead of Delta team.
Okay, hi. So we are taking the step further than Pirates, and we are actually focusing on data center. If you like problems like distributed and caches, high availability and scalability, so our team is the one that you are looking for. We are also focusing on hardest problems with JIRA, but in a distributed environment, so focusing on things to keep the cluster alive and performing. If you have any questions how we do that, please approach me and I will try to explain that. Okay?
And the last speaker in JIRA project room, the last one, Marek
Quality is
Piwnicki.
always at the end. So I'm QA. My name is Marek. I'm QA, and QA stands for Quality Assistance in Spartez and Atlassian, and it is not quality assurance. So the difference is kind of big because we are not writing test automation. We are not testing. Our role is to help developers to test better, to be this kind of mentors, because we came from the testing backgrounds, and we are trying to do it by joining the quality process. We have a really awesome quality process here in Atlassian, so you can ask me some of those questions. I won't be talking about it right now. And except of this, we have like developing skills as well. So we are writing some tools and do some monitoring for our systems and this kind of stuff. Yeah. So if you have any questions about testing and quality, just find me after the round.
Okay. Do you have any questions perhaps to anyone who was speaking? Because, yeah? Okay.
Overall, I want to ask how many agile teams work here in this room, because it sounds really like you've got lots of dependencies between your teams. So just yeah. No worries.
So in this team we have like 1, 2, 3, 4 teams, and we have another team working for JIRA in the second room. So 4 teams for JIRA and Cloud. Yeah, you're talking about us.
So your question was about we resolve all the dependencies
that you have? I was just curious
Okay, so
how it works.
Okay, because this also is complicated because we do have all the teams, but we also have like common modules, and also we have teams for Confluence and Bitbucket. They are also in the same organization. However, all the dependencies, I think that like when it comes to any features that we are developing, this is like solved on the product management layer. There we also have program managers who actively work on making sure that all the dependencies and there are no overlaps between teams and the things they are doing. So we had couple of similar situations where actually this helped us to identify those areas when 2 teams started to work on very similar thing. So at the moment also there's one thing like Java 9 support, because it was recently released, for example. So again, all of the teams could start to execute this on themselves. However, since we do have those common modules, then the team that is responsible for them started to work first, and based on their learnings, other teams will execute in the future. So, yep.
I cannot do that.
Okay.
Also on the kind of the product management level, we coordinate with other products, especially those that are dependent on JIRA, because here we develop JIRA Core and JIRA Software, which is the platform. And on top of the platform, we have a few products that are also built and developed, but in Sydney. This is Service Desk and Portfolio. And when we build a feature that is dedicated to the platform, not to the software, which is also another kind of a product on top of the platform. We coordinate with them to make sure that wherever we are building is not a breaking change for them, and the way it's impacting their customers, they can kind of control it on their side as well. And it also applies to the ecosystem, because we have a bunch of add-ons and hundreds, if not thousands, of plugins that are built on top of this platform. So we need to take care of them as well, and need to make sure that whatever we build is not breaking, and if it's breaking, we communicate it upfront, release early access programs, so early versions of JIRA, so they can adjust their add-ons to work with the newest versions.
Okay, thank you. I would like to ask you how the maintenance of the products you deploy of new features are organized. Do you have a separated operation system, or first line service and then second line, or so on, or is the developers already they are ownership of their features and they support what did they do? How do you organize it?
So in terms of the maintenance, there's the whole support organization that handles all the requests and bug reports that are coming from customers. When it goes through this funnel, then it's separated into two main routes. One of those is a route that is handled by a bug fix team, which basically what they do is that they figure out which of the bugs have the biggest severity, the biggest impact, taking into consideration the size of customers and the number of customers impacted, and then they dedicate the solution, bringing the solution to a dedicated team that is located here in Gdańsk. When it comes to the features that the teams are building right now, we have something that we call a warranty. So all the bugs that they introduce have to be solved by the team, and but also the same logic around the impact to the customers is applied on top of it. So before the bug goes down to the team, we have information about its severity and its impact to customers, and then we prioritize it against regular features that we have for the team.
Thank you. Do you have any more questions?
One more, if we have time.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, I would like to ask also about the deployment process. I guess you have some kind of pipeline or something. Yeah, you have a quality assurance, which is helped by quality assistance, tests, automations, and continuous integration, deployment, so on. And after that, this is the moment when you do the deploy, new feature, and I would like to ask you, how do you do this? Do you have a continuous deployment, really? So this is everything which is commit is ready to deploy, or do you have separate DevOps team, or do you have do you do this just by your developers in your team? How is it?
Yeah, I can answer that. So first of all, we get CI. We get like hundreds, not even thousands of tests. So this is like a completely different set of problems when you don't have any tests, and when you have them too many. We have a lot of those tests. Then whenever you commit something, you get tested on your branch. Whenever the tests are green, then you can commit to master, then it's being tested on master. Then on daily basis, we deploy it to our dogfooding environments, to JIRA that we use like here internally. Then the next staging environment is the JIRA that is being used by our customers, but to reporting bugs related to our software. And then after it gets there, sits there for a while, and we're sure we're monitoring and we're sure that it's working fine, we deploy it we release it. Okay, makes sense?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Is that are the all questions? We'll have some more during the networking time. And now I would like to ask you to follow me, because we are heading to the next step on the 4th floor. It's going to be the last one here, and it's going to be talent room. So please follow me.
Okay, so nice to meet you. My name is Ania. I'm working in the talent team, one of the least diverse team because we are 100% ladies, but we are diverse if you look at the location where we are from. So like 2 girls in our team are from Tri-City, the rest is from Poznań, from Krakow. So we also were looking like in other teams for people around the world. So what we are actually doing, so we are the team who's responsible for such events like Open Day, but also events for employees. And we actually make sure that people around the world can hear about Spartez. Then if we catch someone's attention, then we are taking the candidate for the whole journey, starting from the recruitment to onboarding process to our employee experience process. So there are 5 girls in our team, as I said. So 3 of us are responsible for the talent acquisition, which is very wide actually word. And it means that if you are a candidate and you applied for our position, then the girls are responsible for the whole contact, for the whole recruitment process, then onboarding, then actually measure your candidate experience, and then also taking care that actually you will be some kind of ambassador if someone asks you whether you were feeling good or bad with our recruitment process. Then there's me and Lucy, and we are responsible for more so-called internal HR. So if you look into trainings like performance reviews or events for employees, for families, so we are responsible for these tasks. And generally we work closely with the office team, which is also not really diverse because there are 100 guys in the teams. So if you get our teams together, we are quite diverse, almost 50%. So that's it. I worked here for years. So I was the only one here at talent. Right now there are 4 of us, 5 actually, plus me. So this is all I can tell you about talent team because there is a lot of tasks. So we even were joking last week that even if there were 10 of us and that working time was 24 hours, we could work and there will be still a lot of things to do because company is growing. So, and we would like to do innovative things like live streaming. So there is always something to do. So if you have any questions, you can ask right now.
Okay. If
you don't, then we'll be also on the socializing part. Yeah. So then you can ask.
And now, as I told you before, it's our last stop on the 4th floor. So now we are moving to the 2nd floor. We're going to take the stairs because we will not fit into the lift. And then we will meet our office team and JIRA Cloud teams. So now I'm going to ask you to follow me so no one gets lost.
And my name is Przemek and I work in office department. In office department, we are taking care of all our office and all our employees, of course. And our main job is to make every employee feel happy here and, of course, feel fully supplied with everything they need to work. First of all, I would like to say what we are doing here. We are taking care of all the equipment we use for in our office, like desks, computers, and all the space here. And we are also supplying the kitchen, and we are taking care of such as things like bonuses for employees, which you probably already heard about. For example, like medical insurance, general insurance, or multi-sport cards, which we offer to our employees. And we also have some really nice bonus in Spartez, which is educational budget. You also probably heard about it. It's like 5,000 zlotych per year, so you can spend on anything which is connected with your development, like conferences, courses, also like books, other things. And then my colleague Grzegorz, which is not here, but he's traveling with other group. He's a really important person in our company because he makes all the transfers and the payday. So it's better to know him and be nice to him, especially the payday. when he's really busy because he's like more than 100 employees and he have to take care that everyone receive his money on time. And we also taking care of all the, let's say, accountancy, part of accountancy in our company. So we are taking all the invoices, we are making all the transfers, we are buying tickets, we are, let's say, booking accommodation for every employees. So we are quite busy department, and probably more busy than average department in Spartez. So if you're not applying for office department, that's good for you because then you will have a little bit more time for yourself. And then what can I say? Oh, we also have something nice here in Spartez, like kudoses, which people give to each other, which is something like saying thank you to your colleagues. And these kudoses you can change in our department for special bonds to Galeria Bałtycka, for example, or to Empik or to Decathlon, whatever. So everyone can give any other employee the kudos, and then these kudoses are, like a currency in our department. And what else? We also taking care of some legally stay and work permission stuff, especially it's obligatory for expats, from people not from Poland. And we are helping them to relocate, we are helping to find a flat, and we are helping with all this documentation which is obligatory to make for them. So if anyone needs any help with such related things, it's going to us and we are helping them, everybody. So that's generally our rule, to help. And from me, I guess that's it. And maybe you have some questions. If you don't have any questions, I know that my colleagues from Cloud, they are already waiting for you. So don't let them wait too long.
Yeah, so now we are moving to our last stop, and it's gonna be JIRA Cloud, and more specifically, ecosystem room, okay? So we are heading this direction.
Okay, I guess we're the last stop on your tour, so last but not least, but the funniest, because contrary to the server teams who are working hard on providing deployments that customers install on their own servers at their own pace, we provide cloud services. So customers just subscribe to JIRA online without having to install it on their own environment. And that means that we have to constantly monitor and keep our services live. One of the teams that work on this floor is actually site reliability engineering, and they need to deal with all kinds of different incidents happening in production. And out of coincidence, just right now, they are trying to solve a problem that appeared today. In addition to site reliability, we've got JIRA Cloud ecosystem team that I'm the product manager for. The ecosystem team provides basically capabilities for other developers, other companies to integrate with Atlassian products, build on top of them, create add-ons that sit, for example, over JIRA, but also provide integrations between, for example, JIRA and other services, like, for example, with Dropbox, with Slack, with Google Drive, Salesforce, and etc. So the biggest team that works in Gdańsk on JIRA Cloud is actually for this ecosystem work. But the third team that we've got here is the KitKat team, who is working on rewriting the whole of JIRA frontend from the kind of legacy and old-fashioned frontend type into the React version. So these are the three streams of works that we've got here specifically for JIRA Cloud deployments. So if you are interested in how we are running cloud services. How do we provide the uptime for our services? How do we deploy? You can freely reach out to us, and we could give you more details. Any questions? Everyone's tired now. Everyone seems to be tired, yes.
I hope that they will get better during the networking time.
Yep. We will also, as the others, we will be available upstairs. So if you want to talk to us, we'll be there.